Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. I'm your host, founder of Voices for Voices, Justin Allen Hayes. Thank you so much for joining us on this and each and every episode that you have helped made us a uh, worldwide phenomenon, worldwide success. And we can't thank you enough whether you're watching, whether you're listening, whether you're here in the United States or whether you are at another point across the world. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of Voices for Voices, no matter how big or how small. Uh, we do not we do not take lightly any advocate, any support because we're all in this together. We're all in life together. We're all in humanity together. Uh, doesn't matter how we look, our abilities, our challenges. We we're one. We're the human race, humanity, and that's the beauty of Voices for Voices is whether you're able to share your voice in your story, or you're able to share that voice and story of somebody who uh, is not able to at the current time. Uh, this is a safe place. This is a place for everyone, and we are beyond grateful to have you with us. Uh, whether this is your first show or whether you've been with us from the beginning. You can find us again on, uh, YouTube, on Rumble, and over 16 audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Odyssey, you name it. You can find Voices for Voices there. If you're able to do us a big favor and give us a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like, a share. That would be greatly helpful to us. And those are all things that are free to do. And thank you again. Uh, and we're going to transition into the key area of this particular episode, uh, and that is uh, individuals like myself who have, I mean, they call it a disability, uh, whatever the correct legal term uh, is. That's what we're talking about, and we we not only we not only support, we vehemently support. So that means we really support and really want to be a voice and a platform for anyone who is being treated like an outcast, uh, not being listened to, not being treated fairly, humanely, who are being potentially discriminated against because maybe, well, you don't look like us, you don't walk like us, you don't talk like us, and we're just we're just appalled by humanity, that there would even be a thought of a person or more uh, who's treating people like that. And so we do not condone any of that, and we we urge anybody who knows of an individual or an organization for that matter to do your research on that individual or individuals or organization, because you have a voice, you have a choice. You have a choice of what organization you and your loved ones and friends and significant others belong to, who those that you volunteer with, that maybe you donate money to or have in the past. Um, And we just think that, doing your own due diligence, again, we're sharing information, because again, unfortunately, this seems to be occurring, uh, where people are being taken advantage of. There's no easy way of really saying that. And we do not like that. I think our fellow human beings don't like that. And I would challenge anybody who thinks like that or has had thought like that or is part of an organization like that, to think of things on, if the shoe is on the other foot, basically meaning, what if it was you or somebody who are being mistreated, uh, talked down on, uh, maybe taken advantage of, like, oh, well, hypothetically, well, their mind might not be all there, so we could take advantage of them and, uh, to our benefit, whatever that may be. Again, we find that just it's not good. Uh, to be kind about it. Uh, and so along with, the disabilities, whether we're talking mental health wise, whether we're talking about physical uh, disabilities or challenges, or cognitive challenges. Uh, it doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what the challenge is. Doesn't matter. If the person is able to hear uh, correctly, to see correctly, to walk correctly, to talk correct. I mean, I'm saying correctly. I just in the uh, just in the sense of, there we don't notice a and I mean, I'm speaking for my experience here. We've done over 270 shows, and I say my more than my fair share of the word like, which is not is supposedly a frowned upon. Uh, the eye contact with the camera and with guests, uh, and and there's certain things that's just who I am, and and I'm okay with that, uh, because nobody here on earth is perfect. Nobody here on earth is sinless, and we all have a flaw, whether it's thought of as big or small. We all do. And then if we look at taking it a step further, this disability conversation, this thought that there could be fellow human beings that mm, treat treat them as less than. We find just as a human being, and then morals and ethics and all that really brought into it. Um, I find that there's a lot to be desired, uh, if that is a train of thought that is roaming around in a person or organization's mind. And so we extend that into diseases and other things that person may not have. And even we talk about disability and challenges. A lot of those, and I'm speaking from my experience, I didn't ask to have them. And I don't think a whole lot of people did and do ask to have that. And, and so there was really no point where there was this decision that had to be made. Like, yes, I agree. I want a disability. I want a challenge, or I don't. The same goes for diseases, curable, incurable, and we're going to talk about cancer. So it's my understanding there's quite a few quite a few types of cancer, in the hundreds or even the thousands of the different types of cancer. There are, I guess, brackets we want to maybe put that into, or stages where maybe we have heard somebody has been diagnosed with a particular type of cancer, and it's stage one or stage two or three or four, uh, whatever that stage may be. And my understanding, and I don't have a medical background. I have a background with family that had and has had cancer. So I come with that lived experience of the higher the number, so the higher the stage, the more advanced the cancer is, and more likely than not, there's fewer ways to treat that particular cancer and to heal or have that cancer go into remission, whether through chemotherapy, whether through surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, a combination, uh, trial. There's of a host of ways to really think about it. And as a person who has had family members be diagnosed with cancer and quite advanced cancer, meaning that stage was pretty high. And you can kind of look at that in two parts. And we'll have a show in the future on the first part of why is it that it seems that so many people since the pandemic have been diagnosed with such advanced stage cancer, meaning not stage one, not stage two, but maybe stage three or four. And the options to treat or have that go into remission are really close to zero. And so that's what we'll cover on a different show because and it may even be a couple of shows because it's serious and I think some people are really starting to wake up to that of like, hey, what's the deal here? Uh, and then the second part is individuals that are going through treatment, regardless of how high the probability is that their cancer uh, that can be taken out through a surgery and chemotherapy and trials and radiation, or how low the probability is of, well, this particular cancer, hypothetically, uh, yeah, it's a low likelihood of making it alive past a year. And so, as a family member, as a friend, as a colleague, as a loved one, that's hard to, that's hard to, it's hard to accept. We know life's not fair. We know that there's ups and there's downs, and it's God's will to be done, not ours. And uh, yeah, we can't take possessions with us when we pass away. Uh, the money that we have and the things we have, uh, we can't take with us. And so you have, let's say, a group of people that are battling all forms of cancer, all stages of cancer, and not just cancer, but other diseases. I'm just giving cancer as a uh, just as an example because I have that lived experience with family members with that and have had that. and unfortunately have passed on from that. And so when we kicked off the show, this particular show, this episode, and we talked about individuals having disabilities, having challenges, and how not everybody can and are being supportive to those groups of people, that they actually look to take advantage of them. We hear in a parallel topic, a natural disaster happens, say a hurricane goes through an area, and so there's a lot of people that need help, and insurance claims and uh, political red tape, tends to sometimes be a lot thicker than what it should be. And so outside organizations, churches, they'll try to come be on the ground, try to help as best they can, with water, with food, with temporary housing, blankets, and bedding, and those types of things. Well, it's pretty similar where there are some people who either have a company or they started a company for this very reason, to take advantage of people, telling them, oh, we can get you, I don't know if it's an insurance policy, or we can get you a new house or a new condo or apartment. I don't know. All I know is there seems to be a lot of fraud and a lot of abuse that comes whenever there is a natural disaster. Uh, and so these would be the some of the types of people that would also probably be in the camp of, well, somebody can't take care of themselves, and uh, again, they have this challenge or this disability or whatever you want to call it, or battling cancer or disease, and their immune system's down, uh, and so you know we don't live in a perfect world. In a perfect world, there would be nobody who would talk down, take advantage of any of these individuals. But as we know, we don't live in a perfect world, and that us as humans are not perfect. None of us are. And so, whether it's a person's choice or not, or peer pressure or not, to take advantage of people, we think there's a lot to be desired with individuals who are taking advantage of people like that or like this. And so, whether you have cancer, you're battling it, you just got diagnosed today, yesterday, recently, whether it's an advanced stage of, well, I went and got all my health checkups over the years, I did everything the doctors told me, I got these shots and, uh, exercise and, all the telltale signs of, what should help a person be healthy or healthier. And yet they show up to the ER or to primary care doctor visit with some type of symptoms, only to find out that they're at stage 4 and they have, if they're lucky, a year to live, regardless of what type of treatments are available that you can treat, but we can't cure. And so, for anybody who's in that position, who knows anybody that's in that position, who has gone through anything that we've talked about on our show, please reach out to us. We would love to uh, learn more. We would love to have you on our show. We would love to have you, the loved one, a relative, a significant other, to talk about these very important areas and topics, and how important it is that as a human being, and some of us being leaders of organizations, how how we can better love on these individuals and their families that are going through these hard times, and how to have an extra megaphone in front of our voice so we can let as many people know. We can help as many people say, you know what, you're not alone. Uh, your family member, your teammate, your colleague, your uh, whomever it is. And if they have passed away, God rest their soul. Uh, but their life was not in vain. That we can and we will continue to use this platform to talk, to teach, to share our voices, voices of others who may not be with us on earth any longer, or have a challenge that make it difficult, more difficult to communicate. Reach out to us, let us know. This is a big issue, big topic that unfortunately we're finding out that for whatever reason, and we're really past kind of trying to understand the human mind, because I've tried for the life of me to try to understand what could cause a person or an organization to take advantage of, to talk down on individuals who have disabilities, challenges, going through, uh, you know, chemotherapy, radiation, cancer, other autoimmune diseases. It doesn't matter what the name of that is. What matters is we can do better as human beings. And Voices for Voices is one of those avenues where we can do better, where we can be there for one another, that we can share how loved everyone is, whether they're here on earth or whether they've passed on to heaven, whether they've been given close to 100% uh, remission rate possibility with a particular form of cancer diagnosis, or whether they're given a year at best, maybe 6 months, and then to find out that, well, could we have caught this before? Only to have a doctor say, well, even a year ago, this probably wouldn't have even shown up on a scan. Uh, and for people like me and family members who've been in my position that hear that news from a doctor to our loved one, say that basically, there was nothing you could have done, that you could have came with maybe the same symptoms, go through the scans, go through the tests, and not even have the cancer show up at all, to about a year after that, have the cancer to be so advanced that the survival rate, the longevity, the side effects uh, are just so severe and so life shortening. And so it's hard enough to go through that as a family member, a friend, but there's again just some individuals, some organizations that's their MO, to go after, to talk down upon, uh, to prey in a way on, well, they're not going to be able to defend themselves. Well, Voices of Our Voices is here, not just here for me. It's not just here for a select few people. It's here for everybody. And I invite you to reach out to us, share your story, share your family member's story, celebrate them, celebrate you, celebrate our lives. Because as we know, none of us are getting out of here alive. And I'll do the best I can for as long as I can, for as long as I'm here on earth, to have us, have our organization, have myself be a light where there is none, to inspire where there's no inspiration available, to help when others are talking down, and to be a human being as caring as I can be for as long as I can be. We're here for you. We're not just here for me. We're not just here for the organization. We're here for the world. We're here for you. We're here for your loved ones. We're here to celebrate lives, talk about family and friends and what they love to do and what they like to do. And let us spend more of our time celebrating and uplifting others than the opposite. And so, yeah, Voices for Voices is different in that respect, because we're not going to talk down on anybody who's going through a rough time, rough challenges, because we all are. I'm going through rough time, rough challenges. We all are. So why don't we go through these together? Why don't we join? our fellow human to the right and to the left. And let's together be a light. Let's together inspire. Let's together uplift. Let's together help. And let's together be a voice for you, for somebody in need. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you on our next episode. Check out our catalog of over 270 other episodes. Uh, and thank you for your love and support. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.